Yeah, welcome back to another episode of Geeks-a-Musing. This is Nathan.
And this is Ryan.
And it's your boy, the real P-Gizzle. Big shouts out, my boy Packy, Raps, spectators. We in there.
He's always got to
Yeah, Paul's always got an intro.
He's got an intro of other people who aren't even here.
Yeah, we got to keep doing it big, man.
Oh, dang. Yeah, they had an interesting ride in.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
It was a pretty intense story I heard when I got off work.
Haters gonna hate, man. That blue Rari.
Blue Rari. Like I have the money to have a Ferrari.
Yeah, you do. You got all this podcasting money.
Oh yeah, all tons of it.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta get this podcast money.
Bajillions of airtime. That's all.
Oh man. Yeah, we skipped. We didn't have one last week, but we're here. We're gonna punch out a couple.
We're down 2 subscribers from last week because they I guess they got upset that we didn't have anything out last week.
Oh,
and
really?
they left. Yeah, we had 13. Now we're down to 11. One of those being me, so that's technically 10. One of those being you, so that's 9. I don't know. We can just keep subtracting.
Oh, I didn't know. See, every time I've always looked, it's just been 11.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry. That's why we gotta do our thing.
I think it went up.
That's all right. Once we get our mugs out there, which I was wanting to do this episode, but Ryan's like, no, I don't have makeup on.
I don't have makeup on. I gotta find the right kind of blush. And I gotta figure out that eye trick thing girls do with their eyelashes, where they make them look all pointy on the edges. It's awesome.
You want to have like Egyptian eyes?
Yeah, those are Cuban certain girls do it.
And then you gotta do the big face reveal of P-Gizzle.
That's right.
Nobody knows what I look like.
Can't see under that fucking beard.
when we first show him, he's gonna be wearing like a burqa or something.
Gonna scare the shit out of people. Oh my god, these guys are terrorists the whole time.
Oh man, but yeah, we'll before we jump into our
one of us is borderline hipster.
The spirits, supernatural ghosts.
Yeah, because we rolled cars, like favorite cars, something like that. I
famous
updated
like
the
TV
list.
shows. Yeah, first cars.
I updated the list. We're down to 8.
Yeah. Once we run out,
after this, we'll be down to 6. After that, we'll be down to 4.
Yeah, and then once we get done with that, we'll kind of go a different route.
Yeah, we're gonna go a different route.
Or if anybody out there wants to hear a specific podcast, shout us out in the comments below. Yeah. Let us know.
Let us know what you want us to talk about.
Or an email. I always thought the email.
Because the shooting the shit ones are kind of fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, but when you start going on your rants of I was watching this morbid stuff, I'm like going, I'd be listening to it going, now I'm all down. Now I'm all depressed because people die in the world.
Yeah, no, I was getting dumbed down. I was getting bummed at work today because we got one of those topics. It was about China and like their dog eating thing, and like some videos you see where they beat dogs or they skin dogs alive, and you're like,
yeah, that sucks. But I mean, dog is actually not that bad.
Coming, get out of here!
Got him.
Hey, I did not know I was eating at the time. No, okay. Quick story. We were in the
quid pro quo, Clarice.
Philippines, maybe one of those Asian countries. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting down, and we're at this little like restaurant. And we're on the back porch kind of thing, eating. And I have this bowl of rice with these steak strips in it. And I'm eating it. I'm halfway done. And one of the guys who's salty. Salty means he's been in it for a long time.
Yeah.
He leans over and he goes, Ryan, that's dog meat. And I'm like, I'm already halfway done. I just shrug and keep eating.
Oh no!
You're already committed. You're already committed.
It's one of those things. Like I don't understand movies where somebody realizes they've been eating something, and then they suddenly get violently ill. You're like, going, that's not real.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Because I'm just like, I'm already halfway done. It hasn't killed me yet, so. All it is, it's like a tough steak. Like really, really tough. It's like when you're eating tough and you get the gristle. When you're eating a steak, you get the gristle. You keep chewing and chewing and chewing. Yeah, that's what dog meat's like.
Well, that's nice.
Thanks for that insight.
I've had cow fries before too.
Cow fries, is that cow testicles?
Cow balls. Bull balls.
Wow.
Well, that was my friend Chance.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Somebody said like you weren't eating them right away. You just kept like kissing them and like sucking on them for.
Yeah, I was like. But I was like, my friend Chance his mom had a whole like box, and he was looking through the fridge for something to eat. We were like 17 or 18, and he goes, hey, chicken nuggets, and he pulls them out, and he's got like. he got like 5 or 6, and I got like 5 or 6. And then his mom comes home, and this is like 30 minutes, an hour later, and she's like, "Who ate all the cow fries?" We're like, "Oh shit! Well, they taste like chicken nuggets." If you put a whole plate of those in front of me, I'm gonna eat every single one of them, and I'm gonna do the tongue motions too.
Ew. You're sick.
Get you some of that, America.
Yeah. Did you like that?
You like that? You like that? You want some more?
All right. Yeah. We're gonna hop into what we've been up to real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. Where's my sheet? You go first.
You go first. I'm not Indiana Jones. Now I've let's see. I haven't been up to home a whole lot. I've just been working a lot of overtime. I did watch on Netflix that movie, The Ritual. It's a Netflix original movie, horror movie. British guys. They end up going hiking in the Swiss mountains.
Oh wait, I think I saw a thing on that. There's a guy who covered that. He always does he explains the endings of movies.
Oh okay, yeah. It was good. I liked it. It was a good movie.
Was it the one where people were like tied to trees and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah.
There's some weird creature.
Yeah, it was freaking really weird. It was like some ancient, at least the way they described it, like some ancient being,
Celtic or whatever,
ancient god type.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have a lot of weird stuff like
that. But it was good, and I watched that series, another Netflix original series, Mindhunters. You guys have seen that? You've seen it? Did you watch the whole?
I have not seen it. I'm not big on that.
Paul has not seen it. Has Ryan seen it?
I saw it on Netflix.
You haven't watched it? Yeah. Oh, okay. It's good. It takes place in the 70s. The FBI is trying to get they're interviewing serial killers and trying to.
Oh wow! To see like their insight.
Yeah, like the I think it's the formation of that whole behavioral science type thing where they coined the term serial killer. They interview Ed Kemper, the co-ed killer. That dude was messed up, man. Have you guys ever read anything about that?
The co-ed killer? Nah.
Yeah, Ed Kemper. That dude was freaking 6'9", like almost 300 pounds. He's a gigantic dude. He's the one that did. He was smart too, man, because he was locked up in a psych ward because he killed his grandparents, and then they let him out because they thought he was good. He thought he was fine. Then he ended up going around killing college girls, and he had to go back for an evaluation. And while he drove there, did the evaluation, got them to sign off that he was better. While all that was going on, in the trunk of his car, he had a girl's head.
Oh Jesus!
This is the same dude, like his mom.
He's doing it again.
Well, I was about to show his mom ended up kind of messing up. She wasn't really that good, so she kind of messed up a little bit to the point where he ended up killing her, cut her head off, and then he did things with her head.
Wow.
And then he cut her vocal cords out and put them in the garbage disposal. And then he invited his mom's friend over and killed her.
Wow.
Hey, come over and see what I did. No, I just like...
There's just a lot of stories.
What I'm trying to get at is one episode I want to do our top 5 serial killers. Our favorite serial killer. No, I don't want to do favorite.
Mine's going to be me. You guys just said, what do you mean?
What's going
on?
My
mom driving me crazy.
But that's
no, my mom tried to hook me up with once with one of her friends.
With a serial killer? With one of her friends?
With one of her friends.
Like,
I think she did. She was like, come over to my house and meet this friend of mine. I'm like,
she's like, all right.
I'm like, God, it's Betty Davis. I'm in.
But I can take my teeth out, dearie.
Oh, man. What was that commercial they have? There's a commercial they have. They show... who's the actress? She's one of those 40s or 50s actresses. Yeah. And every time they show her, I had to look at her and go, that's perfection right there. I can't remember who it is. She's one of those just beautiful like 40s or 50s movie stars. And every time I see this woman, I'm like going, no movie star today matches up to that look back then.
You talking about the really famous one?
There's a lot of
She
wasn't blonde. She had brown hair. She was kind of pixie-ish looking. I can't even remember what she is. But I saw something and I was like, wow, just gorgeous.
Yeah,
timeless beauty. That's what I was looking at.
Like those 1940 like pinup girls, the ones that they put on the bombers, the B-17. Oh,
yes, exactly.
Betty
Davis, Betty Page, all those girls.
Betty Page, yeah.
Gorgeous.
Women back then were voluptuous.
Yeah, they were.
They weren't stick figures.
Yeah.
Like they try to pawn off on us now. We ain't having it.
We're not having it. Maybe sometimes when it's cold, but. Well, even when you're cold, you're like, it's like a shaking stick next to you.
Exactly.
Shivering.
So maybe in the
Get
summertime.
your feet off me.
Maybe in the summertime.
In the summertime.
When it's warmer.
Summertime.
Yeah, so basically that's all I've been up to.
Okay. What do you?
I know Ryan's got.
I wish I had my phone out quicker. I would have played that.
What do you? Oh, summertime.
Yeah, DJ Jazzy Jeff and
Yeah,
Fresh
the
Prince.
good one.
Summertime. Not much for me, dude. I'm just doing the same old thing, like my dude Nate Dogg, just working, chilling.
Yeah.
You know.
Work.
We're
I
about
don't
to
even
start.
talk about work because it's the same thing over and over.
We're about to get back over here though. Start working out, hitting the curls. Like
Yeah, we were working out before we started.
Yeah, it was fun.
hit some curls, did some
fun.
pull-ups. You know,
Tried to do pull-ups.
trying to do pull-ups.
Yeah.
Kind of just dangled off the
We'll get
bottom.
there.
Blow an elbow or shoulder out.
I think next time you do it, you put a noose on it, so like really, you really
Oh,
get
very
you going.
expensive, yeah.
If you let go, it's all over. No, I don't like this game. What have I been up to?
A lot of stuff, dude.
Yeah,
You've been
yeah,
killing
yeah.
it, dude.
I got a list.
You've been killing it, man.
Okay. I've been watching on YouTube this group called Critical Role. What Critical Role is these voice actors, like video games, cartoons, stuff like that. They play Dungeons and Dragons. And one of them, Matt Mercer, he's the Dungeon Master. He's the guy who does the voice for McCree in Overwatch, the cowboy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they have like all these different voice actors, but they had one. It was their first session or whatever they call it, and that one's like 115 episodes. I was like, no, I'm not gonna get into that one.
Yeah,
So they started a new one, the second campaign, and there's a girl in there named Laura. She does this really cute little voice. It's for her little. She's playing a tiefling cleric. But a tiefling's like they're kind of like almost demonic, but they have demonic features, but they're not demons.
Oh.
Kind of like you're being born from a demon, but you can't help how you were born. That's just how you are. So they're not evil. You know, she's actually good. She kind of follows this like trickster god. She's kind of like maybe like example would be like following Loki, and running around tricking people. Doing stuff like that. But she does this perfect little voice for that character. It's like this Russian. She sounds like Tali from. What was that? Mass Effect. The girl who had the mask on.
Oh yeah.
She sounds like her. That kind of Russian accent. But there's a lot of good. Man, there's a guy in there. This guy Travis. He plays this guy named Ford, but it's spelled Fjord, like Fjord. And they keep cracking jokes like they were like looking for horses, and he goes, "Is there a Mustang?" He's got this really deep like Southern accent.
Yeah.
And then they were just like cracking all these jokes, and one was this guy asked him his name, and he goes, "It's Ford." And he goes, "And what's your surname?" And one of the guys goes, "Tough." It was just this little quick pun, but it made everybody laugh in the thing. But I mean, that group overall made me think I want to do a Dungeons and Dragons game with all of us and like record it, but then I wouldn't put it out like immediately. I want to go through and put like background music and sound effects and stuff like that, and just have like if you're at a campfire, I've been saving sound bits and stuff like that. Like I got campfire sounds. I got to get some battle sounds like swords and arrows and bows and stuff like that, and spell casting and stuff like that, just to make it sound cool. Because they use a lot of the soundtrack whenever they get in the battle. They'll put or they're walking around town. They'll put like Witcher 3 soundtrack or something like that on. So they got background music, or like when the battle picks up, it sounds all dun 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 dun, stuff like that. It sounds all cool. I just made that up, actually. That was pretty good.
Very nice.
Yeah, you can do
Very
our
nice.
you can do our soundtrack.
I liked it.
You got to talk while I'm doing it. Okay. Okay, I can scratch that out. So I already talked about that. But yeah, I had everybody going through rolling stats for their characters.
Oh.
Potentially. Well, we did it differently. Well, I did it. Normally you roll the dice, you get to choose where they go. But I went in order as they were rolled. Because otherwise you're just going to play the same thing over and over and over. Because Nathan's played kind of twice. You made a character before this, but it was essentially the same character as before, and he was a fighter. Now you're a ranger, which essentially is a fighter, but it's a woodland kind of guy. Like you're good at tracking, stuff like that. So that's going to be cool. It's going to be cool for you.
I'm a wizard.
You're going to be a wizard. Paul's going to play a wizard. This is Paul's first Dungeons and Dragons game.
There you go. D&D. I'm in.
Well, you did good in Edge of the Empire.
Yeah.
Especially with your I'm Samson.
Yeah. I just distracted. Distraction.
Like Okay, I played that. I got that game Moss for VR.
PSVR, yeah.
Yeah, and I beat it in like maybe a week. It's probably a game that you could beat in 4 hours if you just continuing through. I did go through and record it as I was playing it. I got to a few points where I was like, I need to, if I play this back, I need to edit it where I don't flub so much because I kept falling off cliffs, something like that. But there's a sweet part in there where you're fighting this snake. It's a giant snake I talked about earlier.
At the end of the demo, I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
That's actually good. You're fighting that snake, and it can spit a fireball at you. So there's one point where I was like trying to climb up this thing fast enough, and I didn't quite get up, so the fireball got me. I was like, stupid snake! I was getting mad. You can hear me on the vocal thing. And there's a part where she gets up on the top, and the funny thing is, it's like normally Mario beats Bowser by himself. Well, technically it's you controlling Mario, but it's Mario in the game beating Bowser. This one was like she jumped up and got into this thing, which pulled this gate down. A handle popped out, and I grabbed the handle, pulled it down on the snake, and killed it. And then the snake was laying there, and she's leaning to the edge, looking down. And then the snake came up, and she goes, ah! She does this slow motion jump, and she stabs her knife into its eye, and you're like going, yeah! And then she gets to the bottom, and she goes, whew! And you're like going, I was shaking my head, like going, man, that was exhilarating.
Ron's like, oh, you little mouse.
It's like, you got him. And then there was one point where I read later that character uses sign language.
I remember you telling me about that.
So at the end of the thing, when you're going through the book, because you're turning pages, basically there's a story you're playing, and your name is the reader. And there's a part in there, man. I told you guys earlier, but there's a part where you save her uncle, and he's like, you can't do this by yourself, and she's like, Uncle, I'm not by myself, and you're like going, oh man, she's talking about me, and I got choked up. I got
tears.
You can hear me going like that. The thing is, I was like going, she's talking about me. Like Mario never talked about me. Fuck Mario, son of a bitch. He's taking all the credit for what I did.
Oh, dang.
That was funny. But that was a good game. But it wasn't even over. That was just the beginning part. It's going to continue.
Oh, is it the story keeps going?
Yeah, it keeps going. She was like, there's an owl I'm going to have to fight later, all kinds of stuff like that. But that must be in the next game or something like that. But that little character, there's a part at the end when you're flipping the pages, and she turns to you and she signs something. I'm like going, and I was looking up online going, what is she saying to me? Because I don't know sign language. Yeah. It's American Sign Language she's using. So I was like, it's cool to have a little character, because she'll be, if you get in a part where you're stuck, she'll look and be like, she'll point at use that bug to make him shoot the thing, and that'll open up this. But she'll do it all in sign language.
Oh.
And I'm like going, what is she telling me to do? And then you'll figure it out eventually.
What's going on?
Yeah, you're like going, oh, well, it's cool because she's helping you. You're not just trying to go, I got this by myself, and I don't know how to do this. But
at least she points and helps you out, and it's not like...
Yeah, it is pretty cool. There was a part where she goes, like, you did this thing, she goes, yeah, and then she put her hand up, and then you can, reach in with the controller and give her a high five. It was pretty cool. So, yeah,
well, there's some games like God of War and stuff like that, where you get into certain levels, and then it's like, I don't know what to do.
You feel like you're stuck.
I've got to climb up this wall and jump on this chandelier and jump over here and do at least you got a little mouse help telling you where to go.
Look, dummy, there, grab that.
And she'd point and she'd go, there was some little bugs that you can use your controller, you grab on them, and you can control them for all of a sudden. So there was some you would grab and they'd swell up like they were going to blow up. You move him over to a wall and he blows up and destroys the wall.
Oh, okay.
And then you can get through there. So
you looking in the water, seeing yourself.
That was pretty cool. The thing with VR, when you're trying to record, you have to remember that the little point right in front of you is the center. Because sometimes you'll be looking and you'll be the character will be down to the bottom of the screen. You're not really catching him because you're not looking directly at him. Just the way the camera kind of views when you're doing your VR. I watched Justice League. Did you record that? Because I have the Blu-ray up there for you to.
I already dropped it.
Okay, so I watched that, and that movie. I don't know why I didn't find it that bad. It was not that bad at all.
It was okay.
It did get me the thing you told me about, the Superman
with the CG mouth,
with the CG
mustache off.
It was like they forgot what's this thing called, the little divot.
Oh yeah. It
was like they forgot to re-put that in. You're like, what's wrong with his lips?
It was so noticeable.
Especially the beginning when he's talking to those kids.
Yeah.
You're like going, Superman, what's wrong with your lip?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's too lazy to shave my mustache. And then we had to CG that crap.
That's right. Well, I think he was filming the new Mission Impossible movie at the time.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
So that's why he couldn't shave it off.
Just put on a fake one. No one's going to notice. No one watches Mission Impossible movies anymore.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
What else? Jumanji.
I haven't seen that yet.
That movie,
I heard it's really good.
I thought it was going to suck. Especially when I was watching the beginning, because like every trailer, it was like 7 trailers before. They were all kids' movies. I was like going, this is going to be a kid fart fest kind of stupid movie. And it was actually really good.
Yes, sir.
Especially at the end, like, I'm not going to say, but
spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Because the kids start off a certain way.
Yeah.
They start changing because they're learning, you know, as the time goes on. But there's a lot of points in there going, oh man, that character really grew from when you first met him. I hated that person when I first met him, but they actually learned something. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah. It seems like a really good movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun.
Even though The Rock's in a lot of movies these days, and Kevin Hart's everywhere, but
I got my tax refund.
Yeah,
that was good.
Cha-ching.
That's what I spent
How much do you owe us, sir?
I don't know shit. I got money back. I'm single. I'm always gonna get money back.
No, I said how much do you owe me and Nate Dogg for these podcasts?
This is the first year I've ever had to pay.
Really? Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, my wife had to pay too.
We made too much money.
Oh no, that's dumb.
Yeah, I think it is too, but yeah.
My wife had to pay too.
No, but
she's a baller.
I bet certain other people got money back that you didn't get money back. Wouldn't you be considered middle class right now?
I guess so.
Yeah,
that's why.
For sure.
Fucking government.
Oh.
You heard me.
Next podcast, folks.
That still doesn't make any sense.
Podcast.
You pay all those taxes, and at the end of the year, they're like, "Yeah, give us a little more."
Yeah, you need a little bit more.
Why?
What about Billionaire Boy? No, he doesn't have to because he's 1%. Guess what? Head's gonna be rolling soon. Break out the guillotine.
Guillotine.
I paid off my Visa card. That was good. Thanks.
Yes.
Fucking finally. That card too. That was the card where
dinner's on you.
Went yeah, I could get dinner.
Lobster.
We the lobster. Am I sleeping with you afterwards? Because that's the only time you get lobster.
No, you're sleeping with a guy from the Luxor.
Oh, speaking of which, I gotta show you the email I got.
Oh yeah, I gotta see that.
Yeah, you saw that.
Hi Ryan, we just got some lobster in. I was just wanting to say.
You can eat it off my naked body.
Next time we go to Las Vegas, though, we're probably going to go to Luxor, man. I mean,
the Luxor wasn't bad.
We have to.
The Luxor was good for us.
Yeah, I
got a boyfriend.
Yeah. It was cheap. We made a couple $100 off the slots.
Yeah.
I mean, what can we do?
Oh, wow. Sweet.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
Look at that bed, dude. Me and that guy going to have a good time on that bed.
Next time, though, we got to hit the pool. We got definitely going to have to do
By the way, folks, I'm not gay. I just
roleplay. Maybe next time.
I just roleplay gay.
Maybe next time I can sleep in a bed, one of the beds.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, well, you're sleeping on the floor.
I slept on the floor last time.
Well, I said that bed. All three of us will jump in that thing.
Yeah,
we'll be all right.
Yeah, if we're all in sleeping bags, it's fine, right?
Waking with your balls in my face.
Well, we got to hit that pool, man.
How else am I going to check if I need a shower? I'm like, Ryan, how's it smell? Do I need a shower?
Yeah, Jesus, you need to get right back through your tank, because good Lord. Let's see, what else? Last two things. It was my birthday.
Yeah, it was
last Saturday. I'm 46 now. I almost said 36, I wish.
Hey, we kicked it hard.
I'm 46.
Yeah, they all went out to the pub.
We went to the pub and I got drunk. And you know what? I don't remember how I got home.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I drove drunk. No. Fuck the police coming straight down
no.
He wasn't that bad. We cut him off a little bit early, and we all drove home.
Because we had two buckets of 6 beers, and I drank 10 of them.
We did drink a lot.
Did you have one? Heather had one.
Yeah, we paid for one too.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to me. But yeah, we were dancing around. Like, what was it?
We were dancing.
What was it? Gin and juice. I think we danced like some Snoop Dogg or something.
I saw the picture. Yeah, he had a tie on and everything.
Yeah,
right. That was all. I dressed up.
Hey, there were some girls too, man. They were hitting on him. I was like, hey.
What?
Did
he don't even remember this. Oh, God. See, I'm going to have to be like the new guy that gets numbers. I'm going to be writing numbers on his hand.
I remember this.
Yeah.
What girl?
He said girls.
Girls.
There was one girl I was interested in early on, but I guess I wasn't lit enough for that.
And there was like a table full of like some.
Oh no, not the ones across.
Oh yeah, come on.
What was wrong with that?
There was two of them that could have got it in.
What was wrong with the other ones,
God,
Ryan?
man, roll around with some flour, look for the wet spot.
Oh no!
It was a really fun night though.
Fun.
I thought the karaoke was going to be very annoying, but it was actually a good mix of everything.
Yeah, it was a mix, but there was a lot of country that got played that night. A lot of hayseeing it up.
Don't tell my heart.
Oh.
Achy breaky heart.
No.
Somebody could play that song.
All my friends are in low places.
Do you have a jukebox? Is that where you get all this stuff from?
Well, no, they bring in like a crew. They set up this whole thing, and you
They had a karaoke going on.
Yeah,
that's it.
But it was cool though. That had like what was it? My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling.
Oh God!
And I was dancing around.
There was that. Yeah, you were dancing around with that. I remember that.
But then my dude came through and he played all the Snoop songs.
That guy singing that. There was some guy who was like, he had a button-up shirt, huge gap between his teeth. Just up there. I noticed that the gap was noticeable.
And then somebody came in and played like some Bruno Mars, which got everything jumping.
Yeah, see that's the songs you got to get to sing to get the girls. You got to get the girls up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I was thinking about that like later. It wasn't during that night, but I was like, I'm gonna play some Hey Ya, something like that. That would have been good.
You didn't, so you didn't get to use your line like, "What's up, girl?"
Nope. What's up, girl? No, because there was a problem. I was up by the went to the bathroom because they were packed that night. Because I had to park in the back.
It was St. Patrick's Day, so yeah.
So, because everyone's Irish on that night. So we went to I was waiting there by the bathroom, and this lady comes up, and she's waiting in the bathroom. She starts talking to me. She asked me about my shirt, if I just got there from work, and I was like, no, this isn't a work shirt. I was like, I only wear this shirt on St. Patrick's Day. And then but by then the lady was getting out of the bathroom, so our conversation was over because she had to get in, and I was like going, oh,
was she attractive?
Yeah, she was attractive for like a lady who's probably as old as me at that moment.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, I mean, he was the dude though. Because then there was like another dude that was probably like, "What's up, dude? What's going on?" I saw it. I could see. We sat like right across from where it was at, and I was like, "Look at Ryan. He's hollering at all kind of people over there."
What was that?
Yeah, you were in the little thing. You were like talking to everybody. I was like,
I remember this shit, man.
That's awesome.
They're probably going, look, talk to this guy because he's slurring his words. I don't remember anything.
He's like, "Hey, come on, buddy. Let's go over here."
And we were like, we were watching some of the hoops. You know the.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you and
tournament.
Heather were funny because they were who was playing?
It was UT. Yeah, UT.
Yeah, UT was playing. They lost, and these guys were going crazy. And I was like, you guys were UT.
Like 80% of the bar
going crazy. As in, you wanted UT to lose.
Yeah,
we wanted UT to lose
because they're for Vandy.
Yeah, 80% of the bar there wanted UT to win.
Yeah,
so they were going nuts, and it was that team that's still winning. They won yesterday or today. The Lola Marymount or Lola Chicago team. Yeah, they beat them at the very last minute, and then my wife's like, going crazy, and I'm like, chill. I'm gonna have to like fight people.
We're gonna have to fight. I had a bottle. I was ready to break it.
Look at Ryan. Get ready. We're gonna have to fight, man.
I go, hold on a second.
She's gonna get us in a fight.
Because she was, man. They lost, and she was going nuts. Which always for.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do remember telling a guy how you start an Irish fight because he was in my face.
What?
No, by the bathroom, but I think he was just there.
He was a close talker.
Yeah. And I was like, you know how an Irish fight starts? And he's like, how's that?
Headbutt.
I said headbutt. And he started backing up talking to me. I remember that, and I was like, I didn't mean I wanted to fight you. I was just saying, you're kind of close, man.
Oh, dang.
I mean, I want to make out, but no.
Not right now, buddy.
Not now. Let me get another 12-pack.
Wait till we get in the bathroom, then I'll make out.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh
no.
Seven dicks.
Okay. Well, on that note, let's go ahead.
Speaking of drinking and spirits.
Let's go ahead and start the ghost talk. We'll let Ryan start it off.
Because how we started this was last time Paul rolled first. He rolled cars.
Yeah.
And I rolled supernatural spirits. So we figured we'll do supernatural spirits first because cars are going to be a lot more fun to talk about.
I want to have some spooky ambient sound going during this.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's going to be like the kind of sounds that make me stay up at night and be like...
Just like ambient noise, maybe some crows and some maybe wind blowing through trees. Like,
that's cool. Kind of like the Halloween one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Halloween one was fun.
It was a dark and stormy
Pew, pew, pew. Wait, where the hell? Get out! Get out! Wait, what the hell? Is this Halloween in World War II?
All right, go ahead, sir.
You want me to go
Ryan's got first? Around the world.
Right? Do you want to do back and forth, or do you want?
Yeah, let's do back and forth.
Okay, that's cool. All right. So we're gonna start when this little area known as Israel.
Israel.
This thing is called the Dybbuk. I didn't actually find the one.
Oh yeah, Dybbuk box. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. They talked about that in the thing.
Right. I know this.
The Dybbuk is a malicious, possessing spirit believed to be the dislocated soul of a dead person. It supposedly leaves the host body once it has accomplished its goal, sometimes after being helped. What does that look like to you, Paul?
Very interesting. It looks like a very cave-like man carrying a skull or a skeleton wrapped in some type of rope.
So which one's the Dybbuk?
I think the Dybbuk is
the skeleton.
I think the Dybbuk is the guy because that's like I think it's kind of like
because he's carrying the person that's dead. So he's possessing the spirit that was left in that body.
Yeah, there was that movie.
I could also think it would be something where like it would be something like where I didn't finish this, I want you to finish this for me. Kind of like a
if it was like Lewis and Clark and they were trying to make it to the West Coast and
they didn't make
Clark didn't make it. Lewis is like, get on my back, bro. We're going.
I'm taking you there.
I'm taking you there. I'll take you there.
Yeah, because there was a movie. There was a movie about possession. Had a Dybbuk box. Yeah, the little. I'm watching the power thing. It's if something happens and the audio sounds weird, it's because the battery died. And I'm gonna have to plug it up to the wall. But it keeps going from 1 to 2 bars.
No, I'm watching it. Go ahead.
But I can't remember the name of that movie. But they talked about the Dybbuk box where it was a demon and they trap it in a box. And the girl, she ended up opening it up and letting the demon out. It was pretty good. All right, for mine are all basically going to stick around the southern states.
We're going to the south because there ain't no haunted places up north. Too cold.
That's right. The first thing we've got, and we may possibly have a relative to this.
Yes,
we have
a descendant.
The Bell Witch out of Adams, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
So, a real quick synopsis of the Bell Witch. All right, I'm sorry.
Hold on. You get 3 paragraphs? That's a quick synopsis? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
He can do it.
All right, here we go. Perhaps one of the most notorious ghosts in the world, Tennessee's Bell Witch legend has been around for over 200 years. In the early 1800s, John Bell moved his family to northwestern Tennessee's Red River settlement. A few years later, Bell encountered strange animal sighting in the middle of his cornfield. The animal had the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit, and when Bell attempted to kill the creepy creature, it ran off. The family soon after began hearing mysterious knockings, rattling chains, faint whispering, and even dog fights in the dead of night. For years, the Bell family kept their troubles a secret. Finally, John Bell shared his family's trouble with his neighbors, and soon the entire region had heard of the Bell's Witch. After years of torment, John Bell was mysteriously poisoned, and the spirit's visits became far less frequent. A number of theories attempt to explain the witch's presence, blaming a series of women, including Betsy Bell herself. But some local folks still insist the strange things still happen around the Red River settlement and blame the Bell Witch. And Paul is a distant relative of the Bell family?
Yes. Yeah, on my mother's side of the family.
Really?
I have a great aunt that with the last name Bell, and we've had ties back to the Bell family.
Have
through
you ever
her.
been out there?
Yeah, I've been out there.
Because you can take tours of that cave. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, we've been out there. We went. There's like an antique shop that was out there, and we went through there. It was pretty creepy, hearing some noises and stuff.
Oh, see, I would love to go up there to the Bell. And also, too, supposedly, I think this was before he was president, but Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, he
stopped at the Bell Farm, and supposedly had an encounter with the Bell Witch. So, and supposedly it's the only spirit that's ever been been associated with the death of somebody. One of the Bell's sons ended up dying or something, and they actually associated it with the witch.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
But it's a very interesting, creepy story.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
What you got, Ryan?
We're going to China.
Oh, it's very topical too with China in the news with the U.S.
Yes, because this ghost has also been, what do you call it?
Stealing our secrets for years.
Have they? This is called the Deo Si Gui. That's pretty good.
correct.
That was sort of the Deo Si Gui, or hanged ghosts, are the spirits of people who died from hanging. Well, obviously, because they're hanged ghosts. If they were hung ghosts, they'd just be hung.
Like the hung marine.
Yeah, like the hung marine. Hanging due to various reasons. Examples are execution, suicide, accident. How do you hang yourself by accident?
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
That's not an accident.
Well, you could
Well,
be like,
I mean, you don't mean to kill yourself.
you could be working on like some kind of farm stuff that's got a lever and pulley, and then bam.
Yeah, he's like, oh, what's going on?
There you go.
But it's China. They can spare a few.
They are usually depicted with long red tongues sticking out of their mouths.
Oh, that picture's creepy looking.
Serpents.
It's like,
What's it look like, Paul? Give me a description.
This kind of looks like a devil serpent woman.
with an erotically long tongue.
Yeah, she's going to stick this in your butthole.
Oh, no. Oh, dang.
That's just the first place I could think of. I didn't want to think throat because I'd choke if that happened. I'd be like,
I don't know about this one.
Come on, it's just a lady with a long tongue, and she's going, look, this is where I was hung. She's holding on to her noose right back there.
I mean, it looks like maybe a woman and some stepped-on gum.
Creepy.
That'd be pretty creepy. I wonder if there's any movies. Yeah, I need
there is. I saw one. There's a part where that thing's freaking fast.
The next one? Your next one?
The next one I'll go to.
All right. Well, okay. My next one. We're staying in Tennessee.
Oh,
this one is called The Ghost of Lavinia Fisher. I've never heard of this one.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's many myths surround the legend of Lavinia Fisher, a 19th century Charleston woman convicted for highway robbery and hung just off Meeting Street. This is out of Charleston, Tennessee. Some claim she was America's first female serial killer, based on speculation that she and her husband would lure travelers to their inn, slip poison in their tea, steal their belongings, and carry their bodies out back. However, her and her husband actually belonged to a band of highway thieves and was never accused of serial murder.
When was this? What years?
This was in the 19th century.
Oh, okay.
Still, the details surrounding her death are chilling. Believing that she would be pardoned up until the moment she was hung, Lavinia, according to legend, used her last breath to scream, "If you have a message you want to send to hell, give it to me and I'll carry it." Her ghost still haunts the old Charleston jailhouse, and tourists still claim sightings of her ghostly apparition.
Wow.
There's a ghost I want to bring up in the South.
Yes.
Loretta Lynn. Her childhood home or cabin or whatever like that. It's like a museum now. Apparently, there's the ghost of a little Civil War girl who will run around. You'll hear her on the floorboards walking and running around like that. And she'll walk up and tag you, and then she'll run off. She wants to play tag.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I would actually want to play tag with a little girl ghost. That would be fun. I'd be like, one, just swinging around, trying to hit her.
I got you. I hit you.
I go, your turn. She runs, whoosh, hits you, go flying through a wall. Okay, this tag game is too it's too rough. I didn't say you can use cannonballs. But yeah, that'd be fun just to go there and hear like footsteps on wood.
Oh heck yeah! Like our next road trip. I would love to find a place and spend the night in a supposed haunted place.
We could.
100%, I'd do it.
Are we gonna go into like a personal?
We got to find a place where
with ghosts.
I know we're gonna go to Bigfoot country because I want to find a Bigfoot. I got to get me a Yeti, a Chewbacca costume.
Yeah, we'll take some video of you out there.
Watch me get shot. I got one.
I've got me one of them Yetis.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Nah, I don't hear that voice in California.
Yeah, that's true.
I got me a Bigfoot.
Yeah, California would be like, oh my god, I just shot a Bigfoot. Oh my god.
There's a movie called Littlefoot coming out. That's it's about like the Yetis and the big people talking about us.
Are you serious?
Oh my god,
that actually sounds kind of funny.
I was like, that's a brilliant idea.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a brilliant idea. And it's called Littlefoot. So all the big Yetis and the big snow monsters are sitting around a campfire saying, "Oh, there's people that little feet," and then they pull out this little boot and they're like, "Oh," and everybody's like, "Oh."
sometimes they're pale skin, sometimes they're dark skin.
Exactly.
There's all kinds of them.
But there's Littlefoot.
Oh, dude, that sounds good. I look that up.
I was like, it's a brilliant idea.
It is.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's hear this.
We're going to Japan. Yeehaw!
Right.
Wait, hold on. That's Texas.
Yeah.
We're going to Japan. That's something like China. I don't know. This is called. I've heard it's called the Tek, but I like to call it Teke because that sounds more creepy.
It looks creepy.
The Teke is the ghost of a young woman or schoolgirl who fell on a railroad line and was cut in half by the oncoming train. Now a vengeful spirit, she travels on either her hands or elbows, dragging her upper torso, making a scratching sound. That's where to get the Teke sound from.
Oh, that'd be creepy.
Teke. If she encounters anyone at night and the victim is not fast enough, she will slice him in half of the torso, mimicking her own disfigurement. What does that look like, Paul?
Some freaky, creepy ghost.
Why do I get stuck with this? It looks like the person. What was that movie a while back?
Which one? The Grudge?
No, that movie that came out. They had the chick in it.
A chicken? I don't know.
The chick. The woman.
You know that movie with the girl in it?
Yeah, the movie with the guy with the name. Oh, okay.
All right, movies. It looks like Donkey Kong with a wig, chatting with a.
I give up.
You were talking about being cut in half. It reminds me of that old. Have you guys ever heard the story?
No, I saw
Thump Drag.
On YouTube they have some, like, I saw a movie for that, the Teke, and she looked like she would just drag herself, but she actually gets up and runs on the two hands with the torso down. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna pee my pants. I might as well pee all over you first. Take that, ghost.
The Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh no. That's creepy. That's creepy.
All right.
Get him, Nate.
This one, Ghosts of the LaLaurie Mansion. This is out of New Orleans, Louisiana.
The NOLA.
All right. To this day, Delphine LaLaurie's extravagant Creole mansion in New Orleans, French Quarter. I went from like southern to like France. Yeah. Quarter is the city's most legendary haunted house, due to the gruesome torture that occurred over 200 years ago.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dr. Louis LaLaurie and his wife, Delphine, were once known to be one of Creole society's most influential high society couple. If it's Creole, it should be like, oh, guarantee. However, on Delphine soon gained a reputation for being brutally cruel to her servers, and neighbors began noticing the unexplained disappearance of parlor maids and stable boys.
Oh, shit.
One night, I actually just listened to a podcast about this one. One night, after a fire broke out in the kitchen, firefighters discovered a chilling secret room full of tortured servants. Word spread throughout New Orleans, and angry citizens formed a mob dead set on revenging the tortured humans. The LaLaurie managed... that's the last name. My bad. The LaLauries managed to escape to France, and haunted souls began seeking revenge on the building's occupants immediately. The house fell to ruin.
That's not fair.
No one wants to live in a house haunted by tortured souls.
Nah.
No, sir.
I don't want to live in the Playboy Mansion after Hugh Hefner left.
Well, that's like the complete opposite of what.
Because he'd be like, "What are you doing in my house?" If I'm going, "You ain't here. What you gonna do?" I don't know. He took my clothes. Okay. Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Good job.
We're still in Japan. Yay! Let's go to the arcade.
Let's do it.
Man, we used to go to the arcade all the time. Me and Bernie. Let's see.
Bernie Sanders?
This is called me and Bernard Torres.
Oh, yeah.
This is called the Jiki-Niki. Jinky-Niki are spirits of greedy, selfish, or impious individuals. Is it impious? Impious? I don't know. Individuals who are cursed after death to seek out and eat human corpses. Basically, it's people who are greedy or whatever. It's karma getting back at you.
It looks like a monster.
You turn into a corpse that eats human corpses.
He looks like he's got very short legs, very long arms, and a robe, and sharp teeth that definitely wants to eat you.
The head of sloth from...
Where'd he get... He does look like sloth from...
He's definitely slothy.
Looks like from the Goonies.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this next one.
All right, you got the next one?
Yeah, I'll hit mine real quick.
He's getting fired up.
All right, this one is the Ghost of Bellamy Bridge. This is out of Marianna, Florida. Alright, there are many different versions of this story. Nonetheless, the Bellamy Bridge ghost just might be Florida's most infamous ghastly legend. Bellamy Bridge is an old steel frame bridge that spans the Chipola River just north of Mariana. On dark and foggy nights, Elizabeth Jane Bellamy is said to roam the swamps surrounding the bridge, mourning the loss of love cut short. Elizabeth was only 18 when she died, days after marrying her husband, local politician and planter Samuel C. Bellamy.
It's always politician.
Yep. In one version, her extravagant wedding gown caught fire the night of her wedding.
What the hell?
In another, she contracted malaria. After her death,
those
her
are
husband...
two separate things.
I know, they're like the complete opposite end. After her death, her husband, so stricken with grief, eventually committed suicide.
I knew it.
Visitors to the Bellamy Bridge claim to have seen fire extending from the bridge, mysterious white lights, and even the ghostly figure of a young woman walking through fog.
There's a goat man in Tennessee or Texas who haunts a bridge.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah. They covered that
BuzzFeed do that?
Yeah, they covered that on BuzzFeed. Oh, we gotta go.
That, my friends, is the ghost of Bellamy Bridge.
That's weird. She caught her dress caught on fire, or she was sick.
Or she died of malaria. Well, we don't know. It's one of the two.
Yeah, one of those two
she
horrible
birthed
things.
to death, or she just died from a mosquito bite.
She had birthday cake or chicken. I don't know. Two separate things. Okay, here we go. Everyone who's ever seen The Grudge knows this creature.
Yeah.
We're still in Japan because Japan's an awesome place. This is called the Onryo. A vengeful spirit, the Onryo, refers to a ghost belief capable of causing harm in the world of the living, harming or killing enemies, or even causing natural disasters to exact vengeance or redress the wrongs it received while alive. Then takes their spirits from their dying bodies. They appear as a woman in a white burial kimono with wild, unkept, long black hair and pale white skin, and they make this noise. That's pretty much it. You don't have
so watch your back.
I can do better when I think
No.
I can't get the
I hate that
as good as I can get it back in the day.
He can edit it.
The only reason she had that noise is because her neck broke.
Yeah.
That's how she could talk.
Yeah, but now they're remaking the remake of that movie.
I don't want to see it.
Remake.
All right, here we go. This next one is The Red Lady of Huntington. This is from Montgomery, Alabama.
Alabama?
In the early 20th
Roll dang tide!
a young woman named Martha started college at the Women's College of Alabama.
He's going to do the whole thing with that accent.
Then it started switching to British.
Go, do it.
While complying with her father's will, Martha's favorite color was red, and she decorated every surface of her dorm room in Pratt Hall in the crimson shade. Because she didn't say...
I started thinking of Foghorn Leghorn. I say.
I said now, because she didn't make friends easily, Martha lived alone. Okay, because she didn't make friends easily, Martha lived alone on campus when she was very unhappy. She retreated to her room, living in isolation, and only left her bed in the middle of the night. Creepy already. One evening, after failing to attend classes and dinner, Martha was found lying on the floor in her room, dead. To this day, generations of Huntington students have claimed to have witnessed Martha's ghost, the Red Lady, roaming around the halls at night, emitting a strange red glow.
Strange red glow.
Get you some of that.
That's my glow noise. It's radiation.
Hey, it sounded like that night in Rachel, Nevada. That's for sure.
Oh, that was awesome.
We don't even want to get into all that.
Yeah, it's funny you were doing Alabama accent. I'm not doing a Japanese accent.
Do it, you racist. Do it right now.
Naka walks around.
Kuchisaki Ona from Japan. The slip-mouthed woman.
Oh, creepy.
Legend says it is.
Yeah. I know there is a movie of that.
Yeah, I saw that movie. That's where that picture comes from. Legend says she walks around wearing a mask. The woman will ask a potential victim, "Am I pretty?" If they answer no, she will kill them. Oh, okay, thanks. If they answer yes, she will pull away the mask, revealing that her mouth was slit from ear to ear, and ask, "How about now?" If they answer no, she will cut her victim in half. Why is it always in half with these people? If the person answers yes, she will then slit his or her mouth so it resembles her mouth.
You're screwed either way.
Yeah, you're.
Well, if she slits your mouth, you're still alive, right?
In the other ones, the ancient more stories, she would, if you answered yes, she'd leave you alone, then she would follow you home, and she'd kill you in your house.
Oh, that's the thing with these Japanese spirits. It's like you're basically screwed either way.
Yeah, let's see.
It's like, oh man. I
think it's because you have to be a good person throughout your whole life, and then you can die nice and happy, and then that's it.
All right, here we go. Out of St. Francisville, Louisiana. The Myrtles Chloe? All right. One of the legendary many spirits haunting the Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana, the ghost of Chloe may be the most notorious. According to legend, Clark Woodruff, owner of the estate, was having an affair with Chloe, a house servant. Eventually, Woodruff tired of Chloe, and Chloe, fearing she would be sent back to the fields to work, began eavesdropping on family conversations to see if they spoke of her. Woodruff caught her and cut
Chloe
off.
Is Chloe a black girl?
Ooh, huh?
Is Chloe a black girl?
I'm assuming so.
African American.
Woodruff caught her and cut off her ear as punishment.
What the hell?
To hide the scar, she always wore a green scarf. Now, nobody knows if Chloe did what she did next to get back in the family's good graces or as revenge. She slowly poisoned a Ooh, I remember heard this one. She slowly poisoned a birthday cake, and Woodruff's wife and 2 children died. The other servants, ashamed at Chloe's evil acts, hung her in a nearby tree. While this legend may be pure folklore, a mysterious photograph of a woman's figure lurking in a shaded corner taken in 1992 has perpetuated Chloe's myth.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the 90s. So
yeah. A lot of stuff in the South.
Could be true.
I do declare that is.
I say. That's it, boy. Oh, here we go. We're going to Indonesia.
Hey, we're out of Japan.
Indonesian accent. Go.
It's not a bad place. I don't know how to do an Indonesian accent.
I don't either.
Talk like you're IT.
That's Indian.
Oh,
this is
sorry.
Indonesia. How can I help you?
You start talking like people are like, he's talking like an Indian.
The Pontianak Cac? What?
If you don't know, maybe later on in the cars we got Pontiacs too.
There we go. It's called the Pontiac. The Pontianak. There we go. The Pontianak are said to be spirits of women who died while pregnant. Well, how is that their fault? But the Pontianak are usually depicted as pale-skinned women with long black hair, red eyes, and a white dress smeared in blood. But they are able to take on a beautiful appearance since they prey on men and helpless people. She kills her victims by digging her... Ooh, God! She kills her victims by digging into their stomach with her sharp fingers and devouring their body organs.
Oh.
Can you imagine? She's just digging and you going...
Oh, that would make such an awesome movie.
That's my liver. That's my stomach.
Like, oh my God, my liver.
My liver.
Oh, that'd make a good movie, though.
Mama.
The woman.
I want to go.
Oh, the woman.
Always
organ donor.
movies you don't get because you're like, I don't remember Saving Private
Paul's
Ryan.
like, I don't remember movies.
I don't remember movies, and I watch parts of everything.
I was playing sports.
That's okay.
Oh, okay. We got Dolly Madison. And yes, that Dolly Madison.
That makes me want a cake or something.
Dolly Madison, wife of the 4th President of the United States, James Madison, is one of our country's most beloved First Ladies. Known for turning the D.C. swamps into a social hub, Dolly endeared everyone with her wit and charm, but she didn't like to be tested. During her time living at the White House, Dolly built a beautiful rose garden. Years later, when Mrs. Woodrow Wilson occupied the White House, she requested the rose garden be replaced.
What?
Oh.
Legend has it that the moment workers turned their spades, Dolly's ghost arrived and chased them all away. Now that sounds like a realistic story about a Southern woman.
Yeah, don't mess with them flowers.
I wonder if they're still there to this day.
I don't know. I'd be curious to find out.
Somebody tries to get in there and they just get eviscerated.
Turns all gruesome.
I'm Dolly Madison. Get out of my garden.
All right, sir.
Oh, this one's going to be easy. Okay, this is India or China or Vietnam. I don't know. That's locations. These are called the Preta. The hungry ghost. Pretas are believed to have been false, corrupted, compulsive, deceitful, jealous, or greedy people in a previous life. Wait a second. That reminds me of so many people. Politicians. All politicians are going to become priests.
We're kidding.
I'm not kidding. As a result of their karma, they are afflicted with an insatiable hunger for a particular substance or object. Traditionally, it is disgusting, such as cadavers or feces. Eat shit, politicians.
Eat that doo-doo.
Though in more recent stories, it can be anything, however bizarre. Like Legos? That would be weird.
That'd be good.
Just a guy eating a pile of Legos. What the hell?
And a pile of poop right next to it.
He's putting Legos into poop.
Yeah. That's gross.
We went a weird talk.
All right, this is from Modesto Island, South Carolina.
Ooh, cool.
The ghost of Julia Legare? Legend has it that in the mid-1800s, young Julia Legare was visiting Modesto Island. She fell ill with diphtheria.
Diphtheria?
Diphtheria?
Yeah.
And fell into a deep coma. After being pronounced dead, she was buried in her family's crypt. When her brother passed away 15 years later, her family opened the crypt and found her body pressed against the door, trying to escape.
Holy shit!
Thought for dead, she had been alive all along. Throughout the years, the crypt's doors would randomly fall open. Eventually, even the chained stone would not remain hinged, and the family members gave up and removed the door entirely. Some locals swear that the scratches on the inside of the crypt were made by Julia.
They would be.
Desperately trying to escape being buried
So
alive.
she was in a coma and she wasn't dead, they just thought she was dead. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
So she wasn't at least
logical.
buried. She at least got up and she was beating on the...
Oh man.
Dude, that would suck.
That's fucked up. And then they found her, she must have just died right there, like suffocated or whatever.
Yeah, depending if that was
Or
an airtight
starvation
thing
or whatever.
Water, yeah, something like that.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
it would be different
That's
if you were
worse.
like buried alive, because I mean, it's pretty impossible for somebody to be
hold
buried
on.
alive
I'm
and
gonna
come
give it-
up through
Yeah.
I'm going to give
6
everybody
foot
a
of
tip
ground.
right now.
What's that?
I heard this thing. It was in a book or something like that. And I was like, holy shit, that's ingenious. Only a woman can come up with that. To hide a body, go to a grave, go to a cemetery, find, where they fresh dig the grave, ready for the next day.
Yeah.
Bury the body at the bottom of that. The next morning when they bury that other body, it'll be on top of the other body you just dug. They'll never find that body.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
And I was like, it was in some mystery thing that a woman wrote, and I went, only a woman could think of that.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert for the end of that book. Whatever
Dude,
the book
and
is.
that-
I don't remember the title.
That ghost would have been one that would be a mean spirit.
Oh, yeah.
It's
She'd be
upset for
mad.
being buried alive.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, she wasn't technically buried, but put in the crypt.
She's like, well, I think a crypt would suck because it's like a house for dead people.
But you can imagine the ones who did get buried alive. Just you wake up out of the coma into pitch blackness. You're like,
What's going on?
yeah, and you can't.
Well, that's when they used to have, because it used to happen so. Apparently, it happened so common back in the day. They actually had an invention with the little bell. It was a string that would be in your coffin, and if you were buried alive, you'd go, "Oh, hey, ding, 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 I'm in here."
Well, now, like, if maybe you get buried with your cell phone, if you still got, you can just whip your cell phone out of your little.
Shoot, I'm still
See,
alive.
I think
I'm
maybe
like,
that's
I'm
why
still
most of
alive,
my
come get
family
me
has
out.
been cremated.
Yeah, there ain't no waking up.
They're like,
from
yeah. I mean, you could, but you'd be like, oh, I'm on fire.
that. No, that was like,
I'm on fire.
I'm on fire. Oh, well,
Where's my
ashes.
phone?
Too late.
I'm ashes. Now I'm scattered into the wind in Red Rock Canyon, Nevada. That's where my grandma and my great aunt are.
oh dang,
I think my dad, too.
Red Rock Canyon.
Yeah, Red Rock Canyon. That's a beautiful place. Okay, here we go. We're going to Norway, and I can't do it. I can't do a Viking accent.
Yeah, I can't either.
I got the beard. I can do it.
These are called the Draugr.
The Draga.
Draugr live in their graves, often guarding treasure buried with them in their burial mounds. They are animated corpses. Unlike ghosts, they have a corporeal body with similar physical abilities as in life. Old Viking legends makes clear distinctions between the sea Draugr and the land Draugr. So apparently there's,
Okay.
I guess the sea ones would be guys who like died in a shipwreck or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would think
And then
so.
they're like on because they can't talk because of water.
Yeah, they'd be like the ghosts from the last Pirates movie.
Oh yeah,
Hair's like looks like it's always floating in water.
yeah. Man, there was a part in there where like
That'd be creepy.
Where it is, eyes are the windows of the soul, because there's a part in there where like one of the guys who's a ghost, his nose and mouth are just gone. It's just air. Yeah. There's nothing there, and you can see when the sun first starts shining, and they're escaped. They can leave that area, and you see him look, and you can see his eyes. You can tell he was smiling, even though he has no mouth or nose, just because of eyebrows and eyes alone. Yeah. You're like going, we're free, and I was like going, that's amazing, because of just the way that guy looked, and I was like, that's weird that he's nothing but eyeballs.
Eyes do tell a lot.
They do. That's why Japanese anime, their eyes are so big, because that's where all your emotion is.
You can have emotions in
if
your eyes,
if you've completely masked your face and I punched you in the arm, I can tell by your eyes that you were either mad or sad or whatever.
Yeah, I believe it for
I'm
sure.
gonna punch you right now, Paul.
Oh. I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm tense. Okay.
All right, this is Ghost of Wright Square. This is from Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, sweet, we get another Georgia accent.
Now, Savannah has no shortage of ghost stories.
See, I think Georgia Peach, those girls.
Yeah.
I do declare.
And the tale of the Wright Square ghost may be the creepiest we've
Now you're just like a southern. Now you're a southern gentleman who sounds a little bit flirty.
All right, here we go. The spooky story begins in 1724, after a man was found lying strangled on his bed. Although the deceased man, William Wise, was known to be slightly shady, his death still caused quite a stir in the community. Investigators convicted two of his servants, Alice Riley and Richard White. Although the two attempted to flee, they were eventually caught and sentenced to death.
You got another word for that shit?
Huh?
You slightly sketchy. Drink. Drink.
Yeah, sketchy.
Sketchy.
Alice's execution was delayed until after she gave birth to her son, James. Although Alice adamantly proclaimed innocence, 8 months later, she faced Wright Square's gallows. A short while later, her son died. Legend has it that she haunts pregnant women and mothers with infants, searching for her lost baby. Next time you're in Savannah, notice the shortage of Spanish moss in Wright Square. According to folklore, Spanish moss will not grow where innocent blood has been spilled.
Interesting.
All
right.
That's cool.
Where's my last one?
That was my last one. I must have had one less than you did.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. This would have been better last week, but this is Ireland.
This could come up in the car show too.
This is the Banshee.
Woo! The Banshees.
Popular Irish in the GTA series.
Irish legend speaks of a lament being sung by a banshee. She would sing it when the family member died or was about to die, even if the person had died far away and news of their death had not yet come. So that the wailing of the banshee was the first warning the household had of the death. She also predicts death. If someone is about to enter a situation where there's unlikely they will come out of alive, she will warn people by screaming or wailing.
Oh, that was awesome. The way you said it. Now, if you just said it with a slight Irish accent.
I can't do Irish accents!
That was pretty close.
That was good.
I was trying to get in there. It was kind of Scottish, though. I don't know. I want to know what it sounds like until I listen to it. And then I'll
it
go,
sounded good.
That guy sucks.
No.
I was thinking for a minute there was like...
Thank you, laddies.
I was like, is he trying to do an accent, or is that the real thing coming out?
I got into it, and I was like, fuck it, go.
Yeah, you had a good cadence going. That was good.
I was getting the cadence.
Banshees. I would like to see a good Banshee horror movie.
I did see a good Banshee horror movie.
Which one? Here
in Supernatural. Oh. What? Oh, have you seen that thing? I ever tell you about that? Supernatural's gonna have a Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Scooby-Doo.
I would laugh. Well, they get sucked into the TV. They turn into cartoons. And they run around with Scooby-Doo. Now, I would say they jumped the shark, but they did that back in season 5. They're just basically doing like whatever. We don't fucking care. We're gonna go on forever in this show.
That's so weird.
It is weird. But then Dean's like, dib on Daphne.
So he's what he said?
He's going for Daphne.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny. Oh, it was a fun part. I saw a thing where he was like, there was a guy who died in the cartoon. They were like going, he was like, do you realize that means if that guy can die in this cartoon, we can die in this cartoon? And then that was Sam, and Dean goes, Scooby-Doo isn't going to die. I'd take a bullet for that dog. Roto Raggy.
Well, thus ends our supernatural.
Yeah, it was quick.
Spirits.
We did a lot more talking.
It's about an hour long.
Spirits. Yeah.
But we were about half an hour in before we even started. I'm like,
yeah, that's all right.
We had a lot of stuff of what we were doing.
Real quick, though, you can email us at geeksamusing@gmail.com, facebook.com/geeksamusing. But most importantly, subscribe and like our YouTube, because we will eventually get to a video. We were going to do it this time, but Ryan's like, I need makeup. So
it's all good.
We'll wait, but that's just go to YouTube, search Geeks-a-Musing.
We need better lighting and stuff.
Yeah, we gotta get some better lights, but it won't be that bad. Subscribe
and we
and like that.
We need cam girls.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
Everyone pause for a second, like, is that a good idea? No, maybe.
But that's it. Next episode, we talk famous car TV shows, movie cars, and stuff like that.
Famous cars, TVs, and movies.
All right.
Yeah, and just everybody keep checking it out.
So for Geeks-a-Musing,
know how we do.
This is Nathan.
This is Ryan.
Hey, it's the real P-Gizzle. Holla at y'all. Y'all have a good night. Let's go.